How to Train Your Dragon 3 The Hidden World is right around the corner, and I'm really excited for it. And I decided to review the first two How to Train Your Dragon movies before How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World. I'm super excited to do this, and let's start with the first movie, How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon is a movie from DreamWorks Animation and came out in 2010. The plot of this movie is that it takes place in the island of Berk, where Vikings always slay dragons. Until one night, Hiccup, voiced by Jay Baruchel, who is definitely not the Viking type, a very scrawny person, actually does the impossible by catching a dragon. And this type of dragon is a night fury, which no Viking on Berk has ever seen. When he has the chance to kill it, he decides not to. Instead, he decides to study it and train it along with other dragons and start a friendship with this night fury and names it Toothless and starts a bond with it. Now, I remember back when I first saw the trailer for How to Train Your Dragon back in 2009, I just thought, really, DreamWorks, this is what you're doing? Looking back, the trailers didn't really look that good. It looked meh. It looked like a meh movie. This is probably going to be a bomb for DreamWorks. And when I saw this movie back in 2010 when it first came out, I was blown away. And I remember saying, wow, that was a really good movie. With the third film on its way, I thought this would be a good time to rewatch it, and it was definitely worth the rewatch. How to Train Your Dragon is a terrific movie. One of DreamWorks Animation's best, if not their best. First off, the animation is absolutely phenomenal. The look of Berk, the landscapes, the animation in the flying scenes is absolutely incredible. This animation is still great 9 years later. I can't believe this movie came out 9 years ago, just time flies. And I also love the very unique and creative designs for the dragons. The colors, the sizes, and even giving them personalities. I love the dragon designs in this movie. And the voice cast does a good job too. Jay Baruchel is an absolutely perfect choice as Hiccup. Definitely perfect as the scrawny kid. He's smart, determined, but also a very likable protagonist and one you could definitely root for. And Jay Baruchel is absolutely perfect as Hiccup. I honestly can't imagine anyone else voicing Hiccup but him. Gerard Butler is also great as Stoic DeVos, Hiccup's father, and luckily he is not the villain in this movie. Well, there is technically a villain in this movie, this big dragon, but I'm kind of happy that he wasn't the villain in this movie. In my opinion, he was just more of a misguided person than a villain, so luckily he wasn't a villain in this movie, and Gerard Butler did a great job voicing Stoic DeVos. The rest of the voice cast do a good job too. America Ferrera, Jonah Hill, TJ Miller, Kristen Wiig, Crispin mintz-plassae. Everyone in the voice cast does a good job. And also, to say this right now, Toothless is the most adorable dragon ever. I love Toothless so freaking much. One of my favorite dragon characters of all time, if not my favorite dragon character. I love Toothless so much. I saw this movie in 3D back in 2010 and it was amazing. It was definitely an immersive experience, particularly in the first flying scene between Hiccup and Toothless. That scene is still great today. And in that scene, I felt like I was on Toothless just flying with them and it was amazing. Some of the best 3D I have ever seen. I wish there was a 3D re-release of this movie. I would definitely watch it just for that scene alone. I also think the music in that scene where Hiccup and Toothless first fly, it's absolutely terrific and actually got an Oscar nomination for Best Original Score. Well deserved. But what truly makes this movie work and special is the friendship between Hiccup and Toothless. It's absolutely wonderful. I love the scenes where they both bond and both have some funny and touching moments, and this one funny scene where they both eat a fish. That was both funny and gross. And some touching moments in this movie that I cared so much about their friendship in this movie. As for issues with How to Train Your Dragon, I suppose my only issue with How to Train Your Dragon is it can be a bit predictable here and there, but honestly I can't find anything else bad in this movie. I love this movie so much. Overall, How to Train Your Dragon is an absolutely terrific movie. It's funny, touching, and just overall an absolutely wonderful movie. one of DreamWorks Animation's best movies, easily in the top 5. Had Toy Story 3 not come out in 2010, which was not only my favorite animated film of 2010, but also my favorite film of 2010. If that movie hadn't come out in 2010, this would have been the best animated film of 2010, but luckily it's the runner-up. I am going to give How to Train Your Dragon 4.5 stars out of 5. An absolutely fantastic animated movie. I love this movie so much. I still love this movie years later. And it was a great start to the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. And if you have not rewatched this movie in a while, and if you want to get ready for How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, definitely go watch it. It's worth the rewatch. And if you have not seen this movie, definitely check it out. It is a great movie. Next up very soon, my review of How to Train Your Dragon 2. Very excited to talk about that one. That review will be coming soon. So what do you guys think of How to Train Your Dragon? Do you agree? Disagree with me? Let me know below. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new here. It really means a lot. I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.